Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Puerto Rico. Just coming up on the southwest coast right now. We have got 16 minutes to the top of descent, 27 minutes left until touchdown. There is rumor of some weather ahead in Juliana, so we're going to keep an eye on that. Getting ready. There's the green line for our top of descent. Well, approximate top of descent. Actual top of descent is right there. So I'm gonna start thinking about our descent and approach here. Landing level is set. Let's check the fuel. Fuel is checked and balanced and sufficient. TCAS. Just want to make a quick change here on the TCAS. We want to set it to below. Because that's where we're looking. Radar is off. I mean, I still don't think radar works in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Can anybody tell me differently? I mean, to my knowledge, it doesn't work. So, but we'll just turn it on because if I had it, I would turn it on. Okay. CAS is not checked because I've been keeping my eye on these numbers the whole flight. I don't know what that, I mean, I looked it up to see what it is. CAS is checked. I looked it up to see what it is, and it's some sort of, no, I can't remember. What was it? I can't remember. That instills confidence, right? Your captain doesn't know what the orange numbers mean. CAS is checked. Landing data. How long we have here until the top of descent? I'm gonna leave it on the performance page because that'll remind me to set the landing data. It's some sort of valve or something. Piping passageway. There's, I believe, Ponce, Puerto Rico. And it it was very, very cold earlier. It's warmed up somewhat. So you can see we're gonna go across the southern coast of Puerto Rico over to Gouda and then straight in. I want to see next time I fly this route, if I fly this route next time, I'm sure I will, to continue along this airway here to that point and then make my left there. It's basically like a, I don't know, 100 something mile straight in approach. So I don't need the ULUVA-1 arrival anymore. When I filed my flight plan, that is what I filed, but there's a controller on now at Juliana, and they aren't flying that anymore. So they've on the ATIS it says that they are flying the RNAV 10, which is fine. Let's see here. Let's get the weather. Let's Let's see what the arrivals are looking like here. Looks like I'm the closest in here. Arrivals. Got a couple coming from Europe. Information Echo at 1700. He's gonna have to update that here pretty soon. Updated weather is QNH1010. I'll put that in the backup. And that way I've got it for my reference. It's going to be winds 140 at 15. Showers, few cumulonimbus scattered at 1600. Dew point 28, temperature 26, which tells us that there is likely going to be what the FAA refers to as restrictions to visibility. So, it's going to be information Foxtrot once he updates it, if he updates it. 2895 in the backup. Let's go 128 95. Alright, so see top of descent in 10 minutes. So I am hopeful that at some point soon he will update that weather. It's so cool what we get from Microsoft Flight Simulator. The love-hate relationship is there, but I think it's definitely more love. Avis information golf. So we skipped Foxtrot. So, it is information golf it is. Alright. Alright. So, it is information golf it is. Winds 160, 13 gust and 24. This is going to be a good one. I flew the same flight last night, and it was, what's the word I should use? Not entirely successful. It's my first night approach in this airplane, and broke out at minimums, and made it unsuccessful. It was I flew the VOR approach. And let's just say there's a new airplane in the water just shy of the runway. And when I fly simulator flights, I try to fly them seriously. You've probably picked up on that. And I enjoy myself. I don't, that's the one nice thing about flying the simulator is that you cannot come to harm. But I certainly don't. I certainly try to fly well. And last night I did not. So, but that's the beauty of flight simulation is that you can learn from it. 2600 at Gouda. And what I learned last night, I mean, if it and what I kind of find irritating about my own actions is that there's no question if it was a real approach in a real airplane that I absolutely would have gone around. What happened was it was a really strong crosswind, 19 knot crosswind from the right, flying the VOR approach, and the plane just didn't really hold the line, so to speak. And even though it was on autopilot, it got pushed off to the left. So I was left of center line and broke out right at 500 feet, which is not an excuse. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I broke out just at minimums. That's what minimums are for. Either break out at them or you don't, or break out prior to them or you don't. Let's set the landing speeds. VRF is 134. And so I broke out right at 500 feet. I rewatched the video. I haven't posted it, obviously. It's like 2 hours long, so I recorded the entire flight and then crashed in the end. There's Vieques, by the way. St. Croix in front of us. Let's brief the approach here real quick, and then I'll finish telling you my incompetence. All right, we've got the weather. Got the frequency in the background, in the backup. It's an RNAV approach, final approach course 096. Glide slope intercept is lessor at 1700. 1686 above ground level. LNAV MDA is 700 feet. Airport elevation is 14. Missed approach climbing right turn to 4000 direct on bed and hold. And we'll look here in a second. Transition level, flight level 65. On bed, that is going to be, for me, a teardrop entry. Most people would fly a parallel entry to that hold. I do not like parallel entries because a parallel entry is the only type of entry, only type of holding entry where you are outside of protected airspace. So protected airspace is here, and you are going along outside here. And not only that, the first turn in the hold is against the direction of the hold. So this is a standard standard right hand holding pattern, and your first turn is to the left. So you come around and back in and make a right turn to intercept the 320 inbound. Then you're in the hold. Well, I don't want to do either of those things. I don't want to make I don't want to be outside of protected airspace, and I don't want to be making a turn the opposite direction of the hold. Because if you get confused and you make a right-hand turn, then you're really in trouble because you're over here. So all you do is fly, you come over here, fly to your drop entry. Outbound -30, 140 -30 is 110. Just come down, just come here, make a left-hand turn to 110 knots, 1 minute, then make your right-hand standard rate turn to intercept inbound. No big deal. People make more of holding patterns than they should. Holding patterns are really no big deal. And holding pattern entries are not regulatory. They are not regulatory. You cannot get busted either on a check ride or anything else. The only thing that matters is you stay within protected airspace and you get into the holding pattern. That's all that matters. You can do whatever the heck you want to get whatever makes sense to you to get into that holding pattern. I mean, outbound -30 is is the standard standard way of performing a teardrop. But if you want to do, you want to come out here at who cares 170 and make a right turn, as long as you stay within whatever this protected airspace is, you can enter that holding pattern however you wish. All right, 6 nautical miles until the descent. Start bringing the power back. All right, so we're going to be coming into Gouda at 2,600 feet, 21.8 nautical miles on a 091 heading to Avaki, which is our initial approach fix. We cross Avaki at 2,600, drop down to 17 for Lessor. Cross Lessor, 096 inbound, 3-degree glide slope. Missed approach point is 2 nautical miles short of the runway. And I'm going to see if and it's working, yay. Oh shoot, yeah. It's working except for I don't have it set properly. So I spent some time earlier today trying to get my Honeycomb Bravo set up a little bit better for the for this airplane. There's Gouda 2600. That's what we're looking for. All right, well. I forgot I could get the data here. Information Hotel 15015 QNH 1010. We got that. Alright, landing party runway 1 RNAV approach. Alright. Don't know where he's going to want us to contact him. Alright, so Gouda, I want 10 miles short of Avaki. I want to be level at 180 knots. And then flaps 20, drop down to 1,700 feet once I cross Gouda. As soon as I get alt's cap, I'm going to put that back up to 4,000. The altitude select mode to 4,000. And basically once Avaki, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna cross Avaki, gear down flaps 30, 160 knots. And then in that space here, We're going full flaps, VREF plus 5, VREF plus 5 to 10. And I'm not going to be upset about getting below one idle power. I would like to slow down a little bit here. We're looking right now at hitting 2600 right before Avaki, and I'd really like to do that a little sooner. Next speed is 250 knots is what I'd like. I'm gonna put on some internal lighting here just because we don't know what we're gonna get. And I do want to be able to see everything. Alright, so I did set the landing speeds. I'm going to do it again. Alright, descent checklist is complete. Approach checklist, flight attendants advise. Let's go. On there, passenger signs are on, thrust reversers are armed. Most people wait until later. I'm going to do that right now, get it out of the way. There's 250 knots. We're at... I'm going to go about 55 and 1. See if I can keep that 250 knots in the descent. Alright, gear and flaps is all we're looking at, kids. So we are 72 miles right now from and let's see here. And today, the message to ourselves is that going missed is fine. If we have to go missed, we go missed. And one of the things when you're this is a good thing to tell you about instrument training. Instrument flying isn't really that hard, right? But the thing about instrument flying is there's a zillion little tricks that make you a good instrument pilot. One of them is when you pick an alternate for a flight, pick an alternate that is on the way, generally speaking, to your destination, right? And why? Okay, my alternate is right there. Not right there, but it's essentially right there. It's just out of our vision over there to the left. What does that tell me? Well, what that tells me is if I need to go to my alternate, I can. And I know what the weather is there already. I'm not going to, like, if my alternate was, say, 100 miles that way, I'm going to be getting weather. I mean, I would have, some idea of the weather en route, of course. But I've literally just flown over my alternate. I know what the weather is. I know I can get in there if I need to. And that just gives you an extra layer of comfort. And it's different, obviously, for flying planes like this, right? You know, multi-crew environment, blah, 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 right? These guys are pros, literally pros. If you are a general aviation pilot, and let's say you're going to a situation like this, you're going to someplace that's got weather, you're expecting some weather to be there. Let's say you get, we're 55 miles out right now. Let's say you get 55 miles out, 50 miles out, and you're on the radio. You start hearing people go missed. Now you're not on tower frequency 50 miles out, but you're on approach probably. You're on center, and they might be kicking people back to center that have gone missed. So all of a sudden, okay, I know people are going missed at this airport. Or maybe they're stacking them in holds, and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? I really don't feel like getting in there, dealing with a hold and waiting and blah blah blah. Maybe I have a passenger that's nervous about flying. Guess what? Just go to your alternate before you even bother getting anywhere near this airport. Just go to your alternate right then and there. That is one of the little tricks of instrument flying that will make your life easier. And when you go and take a check ride, designated pilot examiners love hearing stuff like that. You've got a plan about what you're going to do ahead of time, so you don't decide on a 7-mile final with rain and turbulence and blah 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 that, you know what, I really don't want to be here right now. Well, guess what? You're there. You're there already. Nothing you can do about it. There was a story I read recently about the inexperienced pilots who went out and flew out, got into the weather, and turned around and came back. And the guys who got back just before them were the more experienced pilots who had taken off, taken a look at the weather, and decided they weren't going to go, and so turned around and came back before them. And the guys that were waiting for everybody were the really experienced pilots who never left, never even bothered leaving. So they looked at the weather and said, "Nah, not doing it." So it's always good to make plans on the ground. All right, 10,000. Go lights on. Always good to make plans on the ground. First time I've ever seen white caps in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And there he is calling me to give him a shout. Let's do that. Radio. Bop. Bop. 128.95, 128.95. Let me just make sure that's what he's talking. Yeah. And we got information golf. Juliana approach, Caribbean 264.
Caribbean 264, Jennifer, good evening. Proceed direct evacuee. Expect the RNAV runway 10 approach. Descent to 2,600.
Direct evacuee down to 2,600 and expect the RNAV 10 for Caribbean 264.
Number 24 Romeo Mike, turn left heading 280, 280 on the heading. 280, 24 Romeo Mike.
Hey, Juliana approach, Falco Bravo here. I'm about to hit some mountains. I'm forced to turn right.
Yes, sir. I told you to turn crosswind. I will call your base. Question on your downwind.
My bad.
No worries. Continue on the crosswind.
Continuing crosswind.
KLM 730, request taxi.
KLM 730, roger, taxi to runway 10 holding point Charlie, QNH 1010.
Kilo Alpha Romeo, approaching runway 10.
For KLM 730, confirm we could hold at Alpha?
KLM, that was blocked, say again.
Confirm Charlie, we could taxi to Alpha if you want.
Taxi to holding point Charlie, that taxi is straight ahead of you. You cannot fit there.
21 miles.
That's only for
Milwaukee.
737, 757. You're very... Standby, hold position.
Kilo Alpha Romeo, approaching runway 10.
Kilo Alpha Romeo 10, clear for the option.
Roger.
Okay.
KLM 730, I see what you mean. Any chance we could take Bravo instead, since we're facing that direction? We can take Bravo.
KLM 730, heavy roger, taxi to holding point Bravo, use caution with the building.
730, taxi to Bravo, and it shouldn't be a factor from there. And confirm it'll be a backtrack from there.
Affirmative.
Okay.
Number 24 Romeo Mike, turn left heading 250.
Left 250, that should be for Romeo Mike.
Caribbean 264, 1 mile from Avaki, cross Avaki, out above 2,600, clear RNAV runway 10 approach.
Avaki outer above 2600, cleared on Av 10, Caribbean 264.
Number 5 Gulf Bravo, run 10, clear for the option.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I just crash landed in the water on accident.
Alright. Kilo Alpha Romeo, same intentions.
Kindly tell me the path.
Kilo Alpha Romeo, roger, taxi to park.
Roger.
Juliana approach, I'm gonna have to disconnect and reconnect at the airport.
Would be great, thank you.
Okay.
Princess Juliana, Kilo Alpha Romeo, thanks for guiding the vectoring.
Kilo Alpha Romeo, you're welcome, have a good day.
Thank you, Roger.
KLM 730, holding short.
KLM 730 without delay, enter runway 10 at Charlie, backtrack, correction at Bravo, backtrack, runway 10, line of runway.
5 Bravo, backtrack runway 10, and then line of runway. Then we will be ready for an immediate departure, KLM 730.
KLM 730, roger, traffic approaching the 18 miles, final.
Copy.
Number 24 Romeo Mike, turn left heading 190.
Left turn 190, 24 Romeo Mike.
Bring it back to 160 now. No, this is not, there is no auto throttle, so these are just reminders for me.
Alpha Sierra Delta Sierra Golf, ready made a flight plan.
Delta Sierra Golf, I'm still looking for you. I don't see you on my radar. Where are you at?
I see a plane who is pushing back.
Number 24 Romeo Mike, proceed direct Urmet.
Proceed direct Urmet 24 Romeo Mike.
KLM 730 Heavy, surface wind 140 degrees at 15 knots, runway 10, clear for takeoff on departure, turn right heading 140.
Clear for takeoff on departure heading 140, KLM 730.
Okay, we're gonna go gear down, flaps 30. Out of Vaki. Two miles.
Juliana approach, radio check.
Loud and clear.
Gear down, now vertical speed down. 1,200 feet a minute. Bring the power back slightly.
KLM 730, radar contact, turn right heading 180.
180 for KLM 730.
Number 24 Romeo Mike at Irma, clear Anna from way 11.
Mermad cleared Arnav, runway 1, citation 24 Romeo Mike.
Okay, there's full flaps. Coming with some power.
Caribbean 264, wind 140 degrees at 15 knots, runway 10, clear to land.
Runway 10, clear to land, Caribbean 264. I'll put that altitude up to 4,000 now. And once I cross
KLM 730 heavy, turn left heading excursion, turn right heading 280.
Right heading 280, KLM 730.
1 mile from lessor.
Juliana approach, Cessna 455 Golf Bravo. We're looking to do pattern work and we're ready for taxi.
Okay, power is good, I like this. Speed is decent. Two miles from the missed approach point. A little bit of power.
Juliana approach.
Aircraft calling approach, second.
We're looking to do pattern work and we're ready for taxi.
Yeah, speed is decent.
November 455 Golf Bravo.
Number 455 Golf Bravo, Roger. Surface wind 140 degrees at 15 knots, QNH 1010, squawk 2000, taxi to holding point Charlie.
Squawk 2000, holding point Charlie, 5 Golf Bravo.
Oh, please don't start doing this to me now.
500.
Boy, it's windy.
And KLM 730 Heavy, standby for direct to Manolo. I have traffic inbound. Manolo descending.
KLM 730, understood.
300.
Number 24 Romeo Mike, wind 170 degrees at 20 knots, runway 11, clear to land.
Sync rate.
Clear to land, runway 11,
50,
24
40,
Romeo Mike.
30, 20, 10.
That was not too bad, all things considered.
November 5 Golf Bravo, same intention, you are on the runway, you were instructed to hold at Charlie.
Oh, my bad. Can I exit at Delta?
November 5 Golf Bravo, hold position.
Holding position.
Caribbean 264, welcome to Juliana, backtrack runway 10, backgate at Echo, and say stand number.
Caribbean 264 backtaxing runway 10. We'll vacate at Echo, and I'll get back to you on parking.
Caribbean 264, Roger, you can park at your discretion. You have a good day.
Parking my discretion, Caribbean 264. And could I get Delta instead of Echo?
Caribbean 264, unable traffic is holding a beam Delta.
Roger, Caribbean 264. Alright, so...
KLM 730 Heavy, turn right heading 010.
Right, 0107.
I mean, all things considered, that really wasn't too out of a landing. It really wasn't. That was tricky. I mean, I'm happy with the fact that I was able to manage the power and the speed
KLM 730 Heavy, climb to flight level 390.
decently enough
390 for
to be able to make that landing. So let's get a look here at and Tower Caribbean 264 is clear of the runway.
Direct Manolo.
Direct Manolo 730.
And approach Caribbean 264 is clear of the runway.
Caribbean 264 Roger, thank you very much. Taxi to park at your discretion. You have a good day.
Thank you, you as well. Thanks for the ATC, Caribbean 264.
You're welcome. November 455 Golf Bravo, make right, close traffic. I need you to maintain at least 3 miles south of the runway. Runway 10, wind 14015, clear for takeoff.
Roger, 3 miles south of the runway, clear for takeoff. Runway 10, I'm making right, close traffic, 54 Bravo.
KLM 730 Heavy, you are climbing out of my airspace. No further, this is available. Radar services are terminated. You have a good flight.
KLM 730, thank you, good night.
Like I said, all is well that ends well. I didn't wind up in the drink like I did last night. And I say that somewhat facetiously, but
Princess Juliana arrival. Hello, Hotel Bravo India Delta
it's
Sierra IFR from Bar Lima Sierra Foxtrot.
you know, it's important to
Descending through flight level.
I want to be comfortable hand flying this airplane. I don't want to sit there and be like terrified to turn the autopilot
Hotel
off.
Bravo India Delta Sierra Juliana
And,
approach, good evening.
you know, it's
Descend
pitch
to
and
flight
power.
770, QNH 1010, expect the RNAV, runway 10 approach.
Descend to flight level 70 or 7,000 feet total.
You know, it's pitch and power. It's
My
not rocket
apologies,
science.
descend to 7,000 feet, expect the RNAV, runway 10 approach.
Descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1010, expect RNP, runway 10 approach, Hotel Delta Sierra.
You know, so pretty pleased, all things considered. Transponder, radar, slats and flaps, lights, probes off. All right. You know, I mean, I feel like I'm getting better and better at flying.
Juliana approach, good afternoon. KLM 243, information India, flight level 160.
KLM 243 heavy, Juliana approach, good evening, reduce speed to 230, then descend and maintain 8,000. Expect the RNAV, runway 10 approach.
Using speed 230, descend 8,000 and expecting RNAV 10, KLM 243.
So
Number
turn all our
5,
lights
Golf
off
Bravo, I told you to maintain at least 3 miles south of the runway, please.
So,
Maintaining 3 miles south of the runway, 5 Golf Bravo.
Number 5, Golf Bravo, runway 10, clear for the option.
10, clear for the option, 5 Golf Bravo.
so, and this guy in the Cessna.
Number 2 for Romeo Mike, back cage
5
at
Golf
Charlie, taxi to the park. You have a good day.
Who is having some issues with ATC and whatnot. Like, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, that's how you learn, especially in a sim. I mean, if this is a guy who's, you know, doing actual flight
Hotel
training.
Bravo, India Delta Sierra, reduce speed to 210.
It's awesome to have
KLM 243, just to confirm, did I give you a speed restriction?
the option to be able to learn, you know, so it's good stuff. So let's get back over here real quick and turn my radio off.
KLM 243, proceed to red Atmos.
Put a random frequency in there. So like I said, pleased with the flight. There were things that I could have done better, but you know, I did well enough, and I'm learning. I'm constantly learning with this airplane. That's what I really like about it. Is that I'm learning. I was kind of not into the jet thing for a long time, and then got into it for a while, got back out of it, and now I'm like really enjoying flying this airplane again. So I'd be interested to know what you guys think. If you want me to knock it off and go back to flying the Islander, I'm fine with that. Seriously, I really am, because I enjoy flying that, and I know that not a lot of people, you know, do that kind of flying. And if that's what you know, if that's what the people want, that I will give the people what they want. So if you guys just, you know, give me a holler on the chat and just let me know, like, you know, jets are cool, but just go back to flying Islanders, and I'll do that, you know. But this is a really great airplane, and I enjoy flying it, and I hope you guys enjoy watching the videos. I had a good time today, so take care, guys.